All right, we are live here. We're going to get started in less than 2 minutes. I'm just on here and I am doing a quick test of the sound here, making sure we're all live. I'm going to switch over into screen share mode here so everyone can see my screen. Like I said, we're going to get started here in less than 2 minutes. If you're watching this webinar, we're going to go over the high-hanging fruit strategy. Also, anyone that joins us on this live training today, it is Wednesday, June 29th, 2016. Anyone on this broadcast is going to get a free copy of my book, High Hanging Fruit. So keep watching all the way to the end of the webinar. It's going to be about a 60-minute training, and I will reveal how you can get a free copy of High Hanging Fruit. And it is totally free. I am even going to pay for the shipping. So we're going to get started here in less than a minute. I'm just testing some sound and testing my PowerPoint presentation here, and we will get started in less than a minute on the high-hanging fruit strategy. Again, just keep listening. I will reveal how you can get a free copy of my book, High Hanging Fruit. We're going live here in less than a minute. All right, thanks, everyone. All right, should be in screen share mode here. And we're gonna get started in about 30 seconds here. So again, this webinar is about what I call, it's the high-hanging fruit strategy. So it's really a new way of thinking about marketing, and it's a new way of thinking about lead generation. It's really not like a marketing tactic or a strategy. It's almost honestly like a new marketing philosophy. It's a totally new way of thinking about how you generate leads, and it's a new way of thinking about real estate marketing. So we're gonna get started here in about 30 seconds. One last test here, and we are good to go. All right, awesome. So again, my name is Tim Shermack, and if you're on this webinar, it's because you signed up for more information about high-hanging fruit, and everyone who's on this training today is going to get a free copy of my book, High Hanging Fruit. I will mail you an autographed copy of that book. It is totally free. I will even pay for the shipping. So let's go ahead and get started on this training. And again, anyone who's just joining us, I will reveal in this training how to get a free copy of that book, High Hanging Fruit. So keep watching all the way till the end, because I will reveal how you can get that book totally free, no catch, no strings attached. So on my opening slide here, I have a text message. It's a screenshot actually that a client has sent to me after he implemented this high hanging fruit strategy. I mean, as you can see here, he's got five deals potentially in just 2 leads. His pipeline is full. And I think that's the most important part, that sentence at the end of this text message. That really is the story of high hanging fruit. My pipeline is full. What we're trying to do with high hanging fruit is fill your pipeline of future business. Essentially, if I could describe it in the easiest way, this idea of high hanging fruit is the idea that the fastest and actually the easiest way to grow your real estate business, to attract more seller leads and get more buyer leads, is to focus on your future pipeline of buyers that are 3 months away, or buyers that are even 6 months away, or sellers that maybe they don't want to list their home this week, but maybe they'll be ready to in 4 or 5 months. So if we focus on that future pipeline, we can really, really take your business to that next level very quickly. And the reason is simple. Most realtors only care about leads, or they only care about buyers and sellers that are ready to go, in the next week. So by intentionally focusing your marketing efforts on those folks that are kind of in that, oh, I'm just doing research phase. If we focus on those people that are quote unquote, just doing research, we can generate a lot of leads. I mean, a lot of leads for not a lot of money. The leads are much, much cheaper. So I just wanted to show you the screenshot right away. And one thing I will promise you in this training is I'm going to share with you a lot of real stories. I'm going to share with you a lot of real life stories of realtors and some loan officers actually around the country that are using this strategy. So it's not just my theory, okay? This whole high hanging fruit technique is not just an idea that I cooked up and it sounds good in theory, but it's never actually worked. You know, I have clients all around the country that have been using this strategy, and the results are incredible. I mean, we have people that it's doubled their business, it's tripled their business. There's even some people that have quadrupled their income thanks to this high hanging fruit strategy. It's worked so well that, you know, rather than me just being a consultant and teaching it, I actually launched a company called Platform. So you'll probably notice in the bottom right of your screen on all these slides, there's that logo for Platform. Platform is just the company I started to help realtors implement this system in their market. So with that being said, let's get going. I can't wait to share with you some of these stories, because if you weren't seeing them on video, I mean, honestly, the results almost sound too good to be true. So here's what we're going to cover in the next 60 minutes. What exactly is this whole high-hanging fruit idea I keep talking about? We're going to dive deep into why I believe most leads you get online totally suck. And, you know, if you've got leads from Trulia or Zillow or Homes.com or Realtor.com or Boomtown or Curator or Commissions Inc., I mean, there's tons of companies out there that are willing to sell you internet leads, right? Most of them are awful. I'll just be blunt. Most of them are awful. I hear all the time from realtors that they've spent so much money on online lead gen and it just hasn't worked. So we're going to talk about how you can generate actual quality leads, okay, without paying a middleman like Zillow. So emphasis on quality. I mean, 99% of the leads that our clients get have an accurate email address, you know, and or an accurate phone number. So these are not fake email addresses, you know, where you try to email them and all your emails are bouncing. You know, these are not fake phone numbers where someone signs up on your web form and it's just 000000000. We're getting accurate phone numbers, accurate email addresses using this strategy. And then again, I promise I am going to share with you a lot of real life stories of people using this high hanging fruit strategy that have doubled, tripled, or even quadrupled their income. And again, the logo you see in the bottom right corner is the company I started to actually help realtors implement this system in their market. It's called Platform. So right away, let's dive in. Here's the 4 reasons that I believe Platform can double or even triple your GCI. First, I want to start with a story, as I promised. Lots of real case studies here. This is a realtor in Florida named Jonathan Garrick, and here's his story after he implemented this high-hanging fruit strategy.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Garrick, real estate agent in Southwest Florida with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm here today to talk to you about the book High Hanging Fruit and the Platform System. And if you've ever read any of the books by Gary Keller, The One Thing or The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, they give you the real big picture thinking on how to come up with a business plan and to grow your real estate business. This is the rocket fuel to that system, to actually how to market your business and yourself effectively. So definitely, if you're interested in this book, pick up a copy and also contact Platform. It was one of the best business decisions I've ever made.
Awesome. So again, I really love stories because obviously if I talk about how good this high hanging fruit strategy is or how good Platform is, you know, I wrote the book on high hanging fruit. So obviously I'm biased, right? But it's cool to hear, you know, these real videos, these real case studies of agents around the country that are having success with it. So again, as I mentioned, if you're on this webinar, if you're listening to this, I'm going to give everyone on here a free copy of High Hanging Fruit. I'll even pay for the shipping. So this isn't one of those cheesy offers where, you know, you sign up for the book and then bam, on the thank you page, I ask you to pay $10 for shipping or something like that. Like, there is honestly no strings attached. I actually personally autograph and pack all the books myself. So it's not being outsourced, you know, to a sweatshop labor warehouse in Malaysia or something like that. I actually have a bunch of books that I've ordered in a box at my house, and I will actually personally send out all the books for everyone who's on this webinar. So when you get your book, you can know that I actually personally packed it. You know, I put the stamp on there, I autographed the book myself. And the reason I'm willing to do that is if you're willing to invest 60 minutes of your time here today to learn about this strategy, you know, I feel that's the least I can do to thank you for that, because it is really, really cool as I send these books out to realtors around the country, hearing the stories, I guess, of how much it's changed their business once they actually implement the ideas that we're going to talk about in this webinar. So again, if you're listening to this, you will get a free copy of the book. I know that a lot of the case studies we're going to talk about in this webinar sound crazy, like they sound too good to be true. So I want to show you this quick one. This is from Jose Medina. He's a realtor in Colorado Springs. He started working with me in 2014, actually. He was one of the very first clients that I was ever able to test this high-hanging fruit strategy with. And again, high-hanging fruit is this idea where rather than targeting buyers and sellers that are ready to, you know, list their house this week, or they're ready to start house hunting, you know, this week, we're intentionally targeting people that are higher up in the sales cycle. So we're intentionally targeting people that might be, you know, 2 or 3 months away, or maybe even they're 6 months away, okay? We're intentionally targeting people that are higher up in the sales cycle. So rather than low-hanging fruit, which is what most realtors are going after, you know, when they're cold calling FSBOs and they're cold calling expired listings, we target what I call high-hanging fruit. It's people that might not be ready for, let's say, another, you know, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, even 6 months away. And I'll just let the results speak for themselves. I'll show you this quick video. It's literally like a 30-second video, but Jose has grown his business using this high-hanging fruit system from doing about 25 deals a year to now he's on pace to do over 100 transactions this year. And the cool thing is he directly credits Platform with over 75% of those deals. So it's not one of those situations where he's grown his business to 100 deals a year, you know, and maybe 5 or 10 of them came from this high-hanging fruit idea. I mean, Jose will tell you over 75% of his business is coming directly from this high-hanging fruit strategy. So over 75% of his business is coming from Platform. But I'll let Jose tell you in his own words.
Hey guys, if you're still skeptical about high-hanging fruit, let's just break down the numbers real quick. In 2013, I did 25 deals. I then implemented high-hanging fruit platforms so that you know. In 2014, I went from 25 to 50 deals. In 2015, I went from 50 deals to 70 deals, baby. And now in 2016, I'm making over 100 transactions so that you know. And now that I have my team in place in 2016, just imagine what I'm going to do in 2017. Make it a phenomenal day.
Awesome. So again, that's Jose Medina. He's a realtor in Colorado Springs. Before he started working with Platform, he was making a little bit over, you know, $100,000 a year. I think his best year ever was like $130,000 in commissions. This year, he's on pace to do over $700,000 in GCI. So, I mean, awesome case study. And again, you know, over 75% of his business is coming directly from this high-hanging fruit strategy. He can trace all those leads. So, I mean, it's made a massive difference for Jose. So as we get started here, please grab a pen and paper. I'm going to move really, really quickly through this. We only have, actually, we have less than 60 minutes now. So please grab a pen and paper so that you can take notes. Just super quickly on me, my name is Tim Shermack. I'm the author of Main Street Marketing. That was the first book I published on lead generation and on marketing. It was published, I think, in 2013, I believe. This book is not specifically for realtors. It's more so just general brick and mortar small business owners. But what I found is that a lot of realtors ended up reading this book, Main Street Marketing, and they emailed me, and the case studies were just crazy. I mean, they were implementing the ideas in here and just getting awesome results. So I decided to further refine that, and that's what led me to writing and publishing this book, High Hanging Fruit. So High Hanging Fruit is the second book I've written on marketing, and this book is specifically for the real estate industry. So if you're a loan officer watching this, if you're a realtor watching this, High Hanging Fruit is written specifically for you. And notice the subtitle here is a proven marketing strategy for ambitious real estate agents. You know, High Hanging Fruit is designed, this idea is designed to help you scale. You know, so it's not something that'll add 2 or 3 deals to your income every year. You know, I mean, we have clients that have doubled, tripled, even quadrupled their income using this. So again, there's a very good reason why the subtitle of this book is A Proven Marketing Strategy for Ambitious Real Estate Agents, because we've seen incredible results if you actually follow this system. And one thing I'll promise you too is we're never going to ask you to cold call people. So this is not one of those bullshit programs where you just have to call a bunch of expireds or call 100 FSBOs every day. I never ask anyone who's using this system to make cold calls. That's not something I believe in. I think it's annoying, and I would never ask any of my clients to do that. So this is all about setting up marketing systems that actually attract buyers and sellers who are maybe 4, 5, 6 months out who actually want to work with you, because very early on in the process, you know, again, it's why I call it high-hanging fruit. Early on in the process, you're providing value to them. So, you know, if they're 4 months away from actually being ready to buy or sell, by the time they get to, let's say, being ready to get pre-approved or being ready, you know, to stage their house and ultimately list their house, by the time they get there, you've already been talking with them for a couple months. They're not going to interview other agents. The choice has already been made. They're obviously going to work with you. So that's why this whole high-hanging fruit strategy works so well, is we're technically intercepting all these leads higher up in the sales cycle, well before most realtors ever pay attention to them. So again, as we get started here, please grab a pen and paper because we do move very quickly. We have about 45 minutes left in this training, and now that we're kind of into the meat and potatoes of the presentation, I'm going to start moving really quickly. So first, let's talk about where to invest your time and where to invest your money. Most realtors are doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing. Okay, so if you can imagine the typical marketing funnel or the, you know, the sales funnel, it's that triangle that's upside down, right? You know, the widest part is at the top, and as you get further down the sales cycle, you know, closer to actually listing their home or closer to actually buying a home, that triangle narrows, and you know, you get less and less people. So most realtors are doing the opposite of what they should be doing. Most people are spending all their money at the bottom of the funnel. They're spending all their money at the bottom. So they're buying these expensive leads from Zillow, or they're getting expensive leads from Trulia or Homes.com or Realtor.com or Commissions Inc. or something like that. You know, most of those leads that you're getting, that's what I call low-hanging fruit. It's the leads that are ready to buy or sell right now. Those are really, really expensive because everyone wants those leads, right? It's basic supply and demand. I mean, this is like the economics you would have learned in junior high. You didn't have to major in finance in college to understand this basic supply and demand. Okay, if all the realtors out there want the leads that are ready to list their house this week, or the leads that are ready to go house hunting this week, you know, but there's a limited amount of those leads. If the demand for those leads greatly exceeds the supply, you know, obviously the price is going to go up. So that's why, you know, if you've been running online lead gen, or, you know, honestly just marketing in general as a realtor, you know, over the last 5-10 years, you've noticed probably that leads have gotten much, much more expensive. That's because it's a problem that feeds off of itself. It's this low-hanging fruit. You know, realtors and the entire industry is convinced that, you know, it's only worth investing in marketing if you can get buyers and sellers that are ready to go right now. So what happens is they totally ignore all the buyers and sellers that are in that phase where they're, you know, just doing research, right? Where they're 4 months out or they're still 5 months away. So here's an example. Right now it is what, June 29th. It's Wednesday, June 29th. You know, basically almost July. Okay. Let's look ahead to, let's say, October or November. You know, so a month that's basically, you know, 4 months away. Most of the buyers out there, or sellers, people that are either listing their home or going to buy a home, if they're thinking of moving in September, October, November, they're in the doing research phase right now. Okay, so if you wait until August or September to start running ads to them, which is basically what Zillow is, right? Zillow and other websites like it are just getting those people that are ready to start looking at houses right now, which is obviously why they're on Zillow, right? Typically those leads are ready to go sooner than later, and it's why they're so damn expensive. Okay, it's why they're so expensive, because all the realtors want those leads. It's basic supply and demand. So if you flip that equation and essentially do the opposite, okay, and we start spending the bulk of your money at the top of the funnel doing lead generation so that you can spend your time at the bottom of the funnel with leads that are warm and actually want to work with you, it's going to change your business. I mean, it'll transform your business. Again, so do the opposite of what other realtors are doing. If you want to generate, I mean, just a flood of leads, do the opposite of what other realtors are doing. And this is just the essence. I mean, this is high-hanging fruit 101. Okay, spend your money at the top of the funnel doing lead generation. So take your marketing budget and start intentionally focusing that on buyers and sellers that are in the just doing research phase, you know, where they're probably 3, 4, 5 months out. Okay, generate a bunch of leads up there so that you can spend your time at the bottom of the funnel. What you'll find when you do this is that your cost per lead is not going to be $500. Your cost per lead is not going to be $100 or $50. Like it often is, you know, with companies like Commissions Inc. or Boomtown or Zillow or Realtor.com, you know, you pay them $500 a month and you might get 5 or 10 leads. Obviously, that doesn't mean you're getting 5 to 10 closings. You're just getting 5 to 10 people to follow up with. If you follow this high-hanging fruit system, you can generate leads not for $100 or $50, but you can generate leads for $5 a piece. Okay, so most of the clients with Platform, where I manage all their marketing for them, most of our clients with Platform are getting leads for about $5 a piece. So if they spend $500 a month on ads, they're actually getting 100 people to sign up every single month that are interested in buying or selling a house. The reason this works so well, again, is that we're intentionally targeting people that are probably 90 days out or more from buying a house. So very quickly, you can build this massive, massive pipeline of future business because the leads are so cheap if you target the high-hanging fruit. And this is a good transition into talking about why it's a great competitive advantage for realtors on a limited budget. You know, most of the clients I'm working with Platform are spending about $500 a month on advertising, $1,000 a month on advertising, sometimes even up to $1,500 a month on their ads. However, you can use a strategy even if you only have $300 or $400 or $500 a month for ads. It's this idea, okay, of supply and demand, right? If all the realtors out there are fighting each other over the low-hanging fruit, like everyone wants the apples at the bottom of the tree, right? Because those are the easiest to pick. They all want the low-hanging fruit. They all want that, you know, the apples that are close to the ground, they're easy to pick. They all want the leads that are easy to close, right? Just like it's easiest to pick the apples on the low-hanging branches, it's easier for realtors to convert leads if they're ready to, you know, start house hunting this week, if they're already pre-approved, right? Or if they're ready to talk about listing their house in the next week, right? That's low-hanging fruit. Here's the key message. Paradoxically, those are actually, those leads are the hardest leads to actually build your business with because all the other realtors are focusing on them, right? That's where the most competition is for that low-hanging fruit. And that's why getting leads off of Zillow now and really buying leads from any real estate marketing company is so effing expensive because all the realtors are focusing on that, you know, limited number of leads. If the demand for those leads exceeds the supply, the price goes up. Again, basic junior high economics. So you can actually get way more leads for your money if you focus on what I call high-hanging fruit. And that's what the book is all about. That's what this training is all about. It's this idea of high-hanging fruit. If you target people that are higher up in the sales cycle, where, you know, it's June right now, maybe they're not ready to actually buy a home until August or September or October. If you intentionally focus your ads on the high-hanging fruit, you can spend the same amount of money and get much more leads. So it's a much more efficient and I would argue a much more effective way to invest your marketing budget. So here's a text I received from a client in Wisconsin, actually. This was like the very first month actually that he used the Platform system. I apologize for the language there, but he said, "Holy shit." He said, "I just followed up and got 2 pre-approvals for $400,000. Dude, this really does work." So this client, I should mention too, is in Wisconsin, and what's crazy is that he's 19 years old. So, I mean, he literally just graduated high school. He's 19 years old. And thanks to him implementing this platform system, he's 19 years old, okay? And he's gonna make $100,000 this year. It's his first year full-time as a realtor, 19 years old. He's gonna do 6 figures this year in commissions. So again, in his own words, dude, this really does work. What you need to realize here is that you can grow your business to about, I would say, approximately 30 deals a year just with hard work. Okay, so just with like straight up hustle, you can do about 30 transactions a year. So just by, being in the office, by getting some sign calls and getting lucky and getting like a few referrals here and there, right? Just by sitting open houses. I mean, basically by doing your job, by putting in the time, by putting in the hours. If you work hard, I mean, if you're really a hustler, if you're putting in the time, you can do about 30 transactions a year. It's really about sales, okay? So up until about 30 transactions a year, it's all about sales. I mean, if you just put in the time and you're a hard worker, you could get to about 30 transactions a year. Where platform can really, really help you, and where this, marketing philosophy of what I call high-hanging fruit, where this can really, really help you is that if you want to take your business beyond 30 transactions a year and actually scale it to 50 deals a year or 80 deals a year or 100 transactions a year, right? That's where platform really comes in handy, because after, approximately, maybe it's 32 or maybe it's 25, but I found around 30 transactions a year, that's where you can't just work harder and grow your business. And it's simple, because I know a lot of realtors, and these are the types of, agents who typically hire platform, is they're like, hey, Tim, I'm doing 30 deals a year, but here's the problem. I'm already working 60 hours a week. I can't just double my inputs and then double my outputs. Because obviously, if you're working 60 hours a week, right, and you're doing, let's say, like 30 transactions a year, if you want to do 60 transactions a year, you can't just double the amount of time you're working. So you can't work 120 hours a week. I mean, common sense tells us that would not work. You actually have to build a marketing system. So again, up until around 30 deals a year, you can get that with just hard work and with sales. If you're good at sales, you can probably do up to 30 deals a year just with sheer hard work. But if you want to scale it beyond 30 deals a year, sales won't cut it. It's more about marketing than sales at that point. So to go beyond 30 deals a year to 100 deals a year, you have to have a marketing system. I want to share with you a quick case study of someone who did that. This is a client I've been working with for over 2 years now, actually. He's in Baltimore. His name is Paul. And when he started with me, when he started with Platform, he was doing 15 transactions a year. And this year he's on pace to do over 60. And next year his goal is to hit 100. And it's all because of Platform and this idea of targeting the high-hanging fruit.
Hey guys, Paul Gillespie team at Keller Williams Gateway. Before I met Tim and implemented the Platform marketing system, I was selling about 15 houses a year. I'm 3 years into it. The second year, I sold 25. This year, I'm going to sell 60, and then next year, our goal is to sell 100. So the Platform system is a real deal. I could not have scaled my business so quickly without it. Thank you.
Awesome. So again, when Paul started with this whole strategy, when he started with Platform, he was doing 15 deals a year, and now he's grown to 60. So that actually is a quadruple in his business. What's cool about Paul too is, I won't get into too much details here because I'm trying to stay on target to finish this webinar in 60 minutes, is Paul actually has partners and investors that are paying for all of his ads. So he's proven now that his marketing is working so well, that this Platform system is working so well, he actually has outside investors that are paying for all of his ads. So he's able to spend over $1,500 a month on lead generation, and not a single dollar of that is actually coming out of his own pocket. So that's the power of how you can scale once you have this high-hanging fruit system in place. Is the results are so obvious, you can actually attract investors to help you run more lead gen ads. As I said, you can grow your business to about 30 deals a year if you're good at sales, if you're basically just putting in the effort. If you're willing to work 50 or 60 hours a week, which most realtors do, you can probably grow your business to about 30 deals a year, maybe 25, maybe 33, whatever. It's somewhere around there. However, if you want to really build like a real business, right? I mean, like scale an actual business where it's bigger than just you, where you're doing 50 deals a year, 80 deals a year, get to the point where you actually have to hire an assistant and hire buyer's agents and whatnot. Scaling to that point is not about sales. Okay, it's not about sales. It's about marketing. Those are two very different things. Platform and this whole high-hanging fruit philosophy, it's not a sales strategy. It's a marketing strategy. Okay, two very different things. So you have to think. You have to stop thinking about your sales scripts and your phone scripts and start thinking about lead generation strategy, because that's what takes you to 50 transactions a year or 100 transactions a year and beyond. So again, the essence of high-hanging fruit is we're going to intentionally target people that are higher up in the sales cycle. We're going to intentionally target people that are maybe 2 months out or 4 months out or even 5 months out from buying or selling a house, because if we can get those leads higher up in the sales cycle, we have a monopoly on their attention. Okay, most realtors are not even paying attention to these buyers and sellers if they're still 5 or 6 months out. So if we can get to them early on in the sales cycle, we can build value for them, build a relationship with them, and they'll actually get, they'll start to trust us, 5 months out, 4 months out. So if we can help them do research, if we can provide value to them when they're in that just doing research phase, right? If we provide value to them, when it gets to the time, where they're a month out and they're ready to get pre-approved, or they're ready to actually, stage their house, they're ready to list their house for sale. When that time comes, like there's not even really a choice to make. Like they're going to work with you because you've been helping them for the last 6 months. You've been helping them for the last 90 days. They're not going to interview other realtors. So that's why I love high-hanging fruit. It's not only a brilliant lead generation strategy, it works super, super well to convert leads too. So you don't really need to worry about these cheesy, salesy, phone scripts, because if you actually provide value for people, and this is high-hanging fruit 101, if you actually provide value to people, you don't really need to worry about quote unquote closing them or closing leads because you opened right. Okay, so I usually say, like, if you're so worried about, what's your closing percentage or what's your conversion percentage, you probably just opened wrong. So high-hanging fruit is really this marketing philosophy that the results of your business are driven by how much value you can create for leads early on in the sales cycle, right? How efficient you are at building actual relationships with people, not how good you are at closing on the phone. Because most realtors would say, oh, once I get someone on the phone, usually I'm closing them. And I think most people that are listening to this training would agree with that. So really, you can't optimize your business by getting better at closing or getting better with your sales scripts, because you're probably already pretty good at that. So the trick is getting more people to trust you early on so you have a fuller pipeline of leads, okay? So this is not about cold calling people. Like, for the love of God, stop cold calling people, okay? It's not scalable. All right. If you want to scale your business, from 50 to 100 deals or do 150 deals a year, like I actually have a client right now who's on pace to do over 200 transactions this year. And when she started with us, she was doing about 100. So she started with Platform at 100 deals a year, and now she's doing over 200 transactions a year. And I can tell you this, she didn't get that by cold calling. It's all about this platform lead generation strategy. The reason that Google is so expensive is that all these companies out there, whether it's Boomtown, Zillow, Commissions Inc., you've got like Realtor.com. I mean, all these online marketing websites where you can buy leads from, right? All these companies are essentially a middleman for Google Ads. Okay, they're essentially a middleman for Google Ads. So if you give $1,000 a month to Boomtown, they take their management fee and then they take the other half of it and they put those right into Google Ads. Or if you're giving, a couple $1,000s a month, whatever it is, to a company like Boomtown or Commissions Inc. or Curator, all these marketing companies out there, They basically take your fee and that's their profit, you know, and that's great. I'm not against profit, obviously. This is America. We have capitalism, right? But you need to know that their business model is essentially they're a middleman for ads. So they take your fee and then they take, you know, a chunk of what you're paying and they just put that directly into ads. That's why Google and, you know, all the pay-per-click ads out there, all the pay-per-click ads have gotten so expensive because everyone is throwing their money into ads on Google. You know, where do you think Zillow gets all of its traffic? They spend insane amounts of money buying Google ads and optimizing Zillow for Google search. Okay, so that's why if you're getting your leads off of Google, if you're targeting what I call low-hanging fruit, you know, search leads off of Google, those leads are so effing expensive. Okay, because that's where everyone's putting their money. All these companies out there are essentially a middleman for Google ads. So those leads, therefore, are much more expensive. It's just basic supply and demand. So let's get into 4 reasons that this high-hanging fruit strategy can really accelerate your career quickly. The first is you're offering real value. Okay, we're not driving people to a website where, you know, we ask them to give us all their contact information just so they can look at homes, right? That's what a lot of people are doing now is they drive them to a website with IDX and then that person starts looking and all of a sudden they get a pop-up and it won't let them look at any more homes until they enter their contact info. Well, guess what? That worked pretty well a couple years ago, 5 years ago, but now it just doesn't work as well anymore because there's plenty of websites out there that don't require you to give up all your contact information just to search for homes, right? So if that's the main way that you're generating leads, you probably notice it's gotten more expensive over the last couple of years. You know, it doesn't really provide value to people if just to look at homes, you're forcing them to register. That's not really value added. The whole high-hanging fruit idea is in how we generate the leads, we want to actually provide value for people. So people are actually happy to give you, let's say, their first name and email. They're actually happy to do that because you're promising something valuable in return for their name and email. Here's an example. I have a client up in Minnesota who grew her business from doing about $40,000 a year to over $200,000 a year. And the one thing she did to go from $40,000 a year in commissions to over $200,000 a year, the one thing she did is she wrote an actual book about her local real estate market. I mean, it's an actual book. It's not like a bullshit ebook. It's an actual physical book that she mails to people with FedEx, okay? An actual book, right? And it's a book about what you need to know before buying or selling a home in her market. So it's like, you know, a 200-page book she wrote that she actually offers to mail people. So rather than her ads promoting her ads promote the book, okay? So let's say you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'll just make this up off the top of my head. Let's say you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You would like write a book called The Ultimate Guide to Tulsa Real Estate, what you need to know before buying or selling a home in Tulsa, right? So it's a book called The Ultimate Guide to Tulsa Real Estate. So now, not only can you brag that, hey, I authored the book, The Ultimate Guide to Tulsa Real Estate, which pretty much instantly makes you look like an expert realtor, right? You're an expert if you can say that you wrote a book about your local market. I mean, the root word of authority is author, right? So instantly you have expert realtor status. But more importantly than that, the book is a genius lead generation strategy. Because what you can do is you just put an ad up on Facebook, let's say, and it would say, hey, if you're thinking about buying a home in 2016, get a free copy of my book. And then the ad is just a giant image of the book. It's not talking about you. It's not talking about you as a realtor or anything like that. It's literally just a giant image of the book. And it says, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home this year, you know, get a free copy of my book. And then you just drive them to a super simple landing page like www.tulsahomesbook.com. So if you want a free copy of my book, you know, go to tulsahomesbook.com. And then you'll get full contact information from people because you need to know where to send their book, right? People aren't going to give you a fake phone number or a fake mailing address or a fake email address because it's kind of implied that, hey, the reason I'm asking you for all this information is so I know where to mail your book. So this is the important part. It makes logical sense that they would give you all accurate contact information, or else they won't get the book, or else they won't get the thing they're signing up for, right? So this is how this realtor I mentioned up in Minnesota that I worked with, she was able to scale her business from doing $40,000 a year in commissions to $200,000 a year because she just started promoting her book. And it was a really like non-threatening offer. It was a low pressure offer. It just said, hey, if you're thinking about buying a home this year, kind of like, hey, if you're doing research, if you're thinking about maybe buying a home this year, here's where you can get a free copy of my book. And she generated hundreds, I mean, literally hundreds of leads that signed up for the book. And that's how she scaled her business so quickly from doing about $40,000 a year in commissions to $200,000. So the first part of this high hanging fruit is that you have to realize your advertisements have to offer actual value to people, okay? So what can you produce, essentially? What can you trade for someone's contact information that'll provide actual value to them, okay? So don't gate your website. Don't force people to register at your website. You know, offer people something they actually want, that they're glad, that they're happy to give you their contact information to get. So provide real value. For some free examples, like I know I didn't mention this, but I want to give you guys a free gift here. Just check out platformmarketingpdf.com, and there you can download 5 like specific Facebook ads that kind of use this high hanging fruit technique. So again, if you want to grab that, just jot down a quick note. Platformmarketingpdf.com is where you can get a PDF of 5 specific Facebook ads that use this technique. So I'll give you like 5 seconds here to write that down, and then we'll keep moving here. And by the way, obviously, this website is an example of high-hanging fruit, because when you go to platformmarketingpdf.com, I'm going to ask you for contact information, right? So in downloading this, because you want this, you know, this PDF of 5 ads, you know, you're willing to give me your contact info because it's something you actually want. So you're not going to put a fake email address. You're not going to give me a fake name, or else you would never get it, because when you sign up there, I'll email you that PDF, right? So if you put a fake email in, you'll never get the email when I email you that PDF file. So this is how, you know, when you actually use this high hanging fruit strategy, like I'm using it right now, right? I believe in it. It works. When you actually use this high hanging fruit strategy, you have the peace of mind of knowing all the leads you get are actually high quality leads. You know, they're leads with accurate phone numbers, accurate contact information, accurate names and email addresses, because if you actually offer something to people that they actually want, they'll give you their real, genuine contact information. You know, so this is just an example of that. You know, if you go to platformmarketingpdf.com, you can get that PDF. You probably want it, and all I'm asking for is your first name and email for it. You know, so that's a pretty good trade, right? Most people will give you their first name and email if you offer them something they actually want. Okay, so that's, I mean, just high hanging fruit 101. Just think of something that people would actually want. Okay. The second reason this works so well is you can focus on relationship building instead of hard selling. So if you're cold calling for sale by owners, and if you're cold calling expired listings, you're not really building a relationship. Let's be honest. You're not. You're honestly just harassing people. You're just annoying people. Okay. Yeah, it might work. I'm not saying it doesn't work, because I know tons of agents that have grown their business, you know, by calling expireds and calling FSBOs. You know, that's what most real estate sales programs are, is basically just motivating you to make more cold calls, right? But even though it might work, it's not a very pleasurable way of doing business, right? You're not like excited to wake up every day and knowing that you have to hit your quota of making 100 cold calls, right? So with high hanging fruit, with this platform system, right, you can actually focus on building relationships with people, because the typical leads that you're generating are 3 or 4 or 5 months out. You know, so you can actually build a relationship with them over a series of back and forth emails where you're just providing helpful information. And I'm not talking about autoresponders, because I actually don't believe in autoresponders. I don't think you should send out massive drip email campaigns. I'm talking about real back and forth emails that prove you're a real person talking to them. So it may be weird because I'm like a marketer, but I actually don't believe in drip emails. I don't think they work very well. So if you're signed up for this webinar, you won't receive a bunch of drip emails from me. You know, if I'm emailing you back and forth, it's actually me emailing you, right? It's not just a huge series of drip emails. It's because if you focus on building relationships instead of just hard selling, in both the medium term and the long term, you'll actually close more business. Like actually caring about your leads and actually building relationships is the best way to convert more leads, right? So don't worry about sales scripts or phone call scripts or anything like that. Focus on building relationships with people, and your sales growth has a funny way of solving itself. So here's a really cool example. It's a quick video I'm going to show you of a client who uses Platform. He actually hired Platform, and he's going to do over 40 deals this year specifically from Platform. Okay, so he's doing more than that, but actually specifically from Platform, he's going to do over 40 transactions this year. And he filmed a quick video of how he got this listing. It actually wasn't like a normal lead gen ad. What I have all of our clients do with Platform is every month they film a market update video, okay? And the purpose of that market update is to stay in touch with your database, stay in touch with your sphere of influence, and just stay top of mind, right? And we film these market updates typically at a coffee shop or a restaurant or something, because we don't want you standing in your office or in your cubicle with like a white background, right? We want them to be interesting, like an actual kind of fun video. So typically these update videos that we send out every month to the database are filmed in, let's say, a local coffee shop. And if I was a realtor in, let's say, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a new coffee shop called Bob's Coffee had moved into town, I would go film a 60-second market update video at Bob's Coffee. I'd probably be like, hey guys, it's Tim Shermack. I'm here at Bob's Coffee, a brand new coffee shop here in Tulsa. And I wanted to share with you a quick update on what's going on in the real estate market. But first, check out this mocha or check out this caramel roll. Bob's Coffee is a brand new coffee shop here in Tulsa, and I just tried their caramel rolls. They're amazing. Also, you've got to try their mochas and their lattes. Super, super good. So definitely check out, Bob's Coffee if you have the time. Anyways, here's what's going on in the Tulsa real estate market, blah, 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 right? So you just film a quick 60-second video at a local restaurant or a local coffee shop, and then just try to highlight that local coffee shop or that local restaurant, because it not only positions you as a local expert because you're out and about in the community filming a market update video, it positions you as being an advocate of the community. Like you're kind of being a cheerleader for local small businesses, right? So that's a key part of this high-hanging fruit strategy. And it's something we do with all of our platform clients is every month they film a market update video, and then we send that out to their entire email database, and we send that out with a retargeting ad to all the people that have clicked on their ads before. So what Brandon shares in this video is that he had a seller contact him after seeing his market update video. It wasn't even a lead that was in his database, okay? It was a seller who saw his market update video on YouTube, saw the retargeting ad, and the seller contacted him to sell his house, okay? So it's about just putting valuable content out there, building relationships. It's not just about, lead generation ads, right? So this seller that Brandon got, it's a $400,000 listing, came from filming a market update video. Okay, it is about relationships. It's not just about leads. Let me show you this quick video. I think just watching this video proves my point. Following this high-hanging fruit strategy is going to get you a fuller pipeline of leads. And remember, this came from a market update video Brandon filmed.
In 2016, my team's going to do over 40 lead gen deals. But it's not just all about the leads. We're walking up to a listing I have where the owner saw me in a retargeting campaign through a market update video, and now I've got a $450,000 listing. This whole high-hanging fruit marketing campaign strategy, it really works.
Awesome. So again, he has this $400,000 plus listing because he filmed a market update video, and we use that in a retargeting ad. So that's something that we do for all of our platform clients is we set up a retargeting ad that put out those market update videos to everyone in your sphere of influence, everyone in your database. What a retargeting ad is, just so you know, is if you've ever gone to like Amazon.com and let's say you were going to buy a TV, right? And you put it in your shopping cart, but you didn't buy it. Like you didn't ultimately check out, you didn't buy it. And and then that day and the next day, you noticed ads for that specific TV popping up on Google or popping up in your Facebook newsfeed or popping up, just popping up everywhere. The ads for that specific TV are basically following you around the internet. That's called retargeting. It's a marketing strategy used by like billion-dollar companies like Facebook and Amazon.com to take advantage of all the people that click on their website but don't buy the first time. So their ads will follow you around. We do this with our platform clients. So this is kind of one of the behind the scenes like secret strategies that makes platform so effective is we run retargeting ads for all of our clients. So anyone that's ever visited Brandon's website or anyone who's ever clicked on one of his ads, even if they didn't sign up, even if they didn't give us a first name and email address, his ads retarget them, right? That's how he got this $400,000 listing, and is we used his market update video in a retargeting ad, and then the seller was really impressed and contacted him out of the blue just from seeing that retargeting ad, seeing that YouTube video. So again, it's not just about the leads. It's about actually providing value to people early in the sales process by doing something like filming a market update video. And again, with Platform, we manage all that stuff for you, and we send out the retargeting ads, and we just handle all that for you. So that's the strategy of doing a market update video once a month. You just film it at a coffee shop or a restaurant. That's just one example of how to turbocharge the effectiveness of this high-hanging fruit system. The third reason I love this is leverage. I mean, as you probably can see from the prior videos, you can cultivate hundreds of leads at the same time. With cold calling, it's inherently not scalable because you can only talk to one person at a time on the phone. If you're running lead generation campaigns online, let's say you're running Facebook ads, with Platform, we specialize in Facebook ads. I think right now Facebook is where Google was about 5-10 years ago. So it's kind of like the wild, wild west of online ads. Like Facebook right now is where Google was like 5-10 years ago. You can get clicks as cheap as 50 cents or 40 cents a click. Google, often the clicks are costing you several dollars a click or $5 a click. Facebook is kind of that online advertising wild, wild west where you can still get clicks for 50 cents or less. So with Platform, we actually specialize in doing lead gen ads off of Facebook because the leads are so cheap and they're really, really high quality leads too. Because of this high hanging fruit strategy though, we can generate hundreds of leads at the same time, and you can accurately follow up with all of them because you don't have to call every single one of them. You can have email conversations back and forth. They'll be seeing all of your retargeting ads, right? So over time, the Platform system cultivates them for you, right? You don't have to manually phone call every single person in your database. You have leverage. And again, I think the results speak for themselves. The last point I want to make here is quality over quantity. The number one complaint, I guess, that I hear from realtors is that, hey, I hired Boomtown, or I hired Curator, or I hired Commissions Inc., or I'm running $1,000 of ads on Zillow every month, or on Realtor.com, whatever, and they say the quality of the leads just sucks. That a majority of the leads have fake email addresses or fake phone numbers, and it's just not real people. It's spam. With high-hanging fruit, you will get quality leads. Like, yes, you'll get quantity too, but you'll get quality leads because by virtue of what you're offering, let's say that you write a book about your market, people will give you accurate contact information because if they don't, they won't get what they signed up for, right? So another strategy that we use with a lot of Platform clients is a home buyer quiz. So we basically just take the questions that would be on a mortgage application, like how much money are you making every month? Have you ever gone through a bankruptcy? What's your monthly budget for a mortgage payment potentially? Are you a former or current member of the US military? How many bedrooms do you want? Blah, blah, blah. So we're asking all these questions that typically might be found on a mortgage application. But because when people see the word application, they get scared, it's intimidating, right? No one wants to fill out an application, right? But we take these questions and we kind of repurpose them and put these questions into the context of a quiz, like a multiple choice quiz. And it's a home buyer quiz to find out if you could qualify for a mortgage, in the state of Oklahoma or in the state of Texas or in the state of Pennsylvania, right? And so we basically take all the questions that would normally be on the typical mortgage application to get pre-approved, And we've just kind of reworded them and put them into the context of a multiple choice quiz. That works really, really well too. So this is an ad that we use with platform clients all the time. People go through this 14-question multiple choice quiz, which asks them every detail you could possibly imagine about their financial situation. And at the end of this 14-question multiple choice quiz, to see their results, all we ask for is first name and email. Okay, we're converting like 80% of those into actual leads because we're getting accurate contact information. People actually want to see how they did. They actually want to find out the results of that quiz they took, so they'll give us an accurate name and email. I have other clients that have filmed a video series, maybe a 5-part video series. These are just 60-second videos. It's nothing super fancy. Just film 5 quick videos on, 5 tips for Tulsa home buyers, or the 5 dumbest mistakes made by Tulsa home buyers, or maybe the 5 most expensive mistakes made by Tulsa homeowners when selling their home. And it's a 5-part video series. And to get the videos, what do they have to do? They have to sign up at your landing page and at least give you their first name and email. Okay, so just think of what can you produce, or what kind of content, or what sort of value can you create for people, whether it's a video series, a blog post, maybe it's a podcast, a book you write, a home buyer quiz, right? That you can offer in exchange for their contact information. With Platform, really what we've perfected and how we have all these epic case studies of realtors that have doubled or tripled or quadrupled their business is we've really dialed in what specifically works and what offers work to get sellers and buyers out there to give us their contact information. So that's what makes this platform strategy so successful is we know exactly what works to get home buyers out there and homeowners out there to give us their contact information. So it's really about fishing upstream. This is probably the best metaphor, or the best way I can describe it. You're intercepting all the leads at the top of the funnel. So you're intercepting all the leads before they ever get to the point in the sales cycle where other realtors start contacting them. So let's say that you and some buddies are at a river and you're fishing, and you say, well, we're all standing like a couple feet apart. You have your lines cast in, and you just walk 100 feet upstream. Okay, you just walk 100 feet upstream and you cast your line in there. In theory, you would catch all the fish before they ever got to where your buddies were fishing. If you fish upstream, you'll catch all the fish before they ever get downstream to the point where your friends are. So if you fish upstream in your real estate marketing, this a high-hanging fruit strategy is just fishing upstream. We're intercepting all the leads before they ever get to the bottom of the sales cycle where other realtors are trying to target them. So if someone's ready to buy, let's say in November, being it's June 29th right now, they might sign up for one of our ads in June or in July. And then in July, in August, in September, in October, we're sending them a monthly market update video. They're seeing our retargeting ads probably every day, right? You're getting into an actual conversation with them back and forth. So by the time they're actually ready to get pre-approved, let's say in September or in October, or by the time they're ready to invite you over for an official, listing appointment, right? You've already been in contact with them for a couple months. It's basically a done deal. You've built trust with them. They're not going to work with other realtors. So basically, we're intercepting all those leads higher up in the sales cycle before other realtors even contact them. And how we're doing that is we're stopping promoting you. So you'll never run any ads with a platform. You'll never see our clients run ads that it's their face or their logo on a billboard or their smiling face in a Facebook ad, right? It's always promoting something people actually want, right? So in the actual Facebook ad, let's say with our platform clients, we're promoting the home buyer quiz, or we're promoting a free book, or we're promoting, a 5-part video series, or we're promoting a free PDF download, for homeowners on the 5 proven marketing strategies to sell your home quickly and for top dollar, right? So we don't even promote the agent. All we're doing is we're promoting the thing that the lead actually wants. And then to get that thing, whether it's a PDF download, a video series, a book, the home buyer quiz, or, any of these strategies, all they have to do is give us their first name and email. So that's a pretty good trade. We're not asking for their credit card number or their social security number or anything like that. We're just asking for first name and email. That's how we generate so many leads. Early on in the process, we build trust, and then they'll give you their phone number willingly. You know, once you've built trust with them, they'll voluntarily say, hey, here's my phone number. Let's hop on a phone call and do some research. Let's hop on a phone call and get pre-approved. Let's hop on a phone call and kind of take the next step. So this is how Platform works so well. In 1 minute here, I'm going to share with you how to get a free copy of my book, High Hanging Fruit. If you're still watching this, I'm hoping that you're really enjoying this marketing strategy, because it really has, it's really transformed, I guess, the results of realtors around the country. It's not a system that can grow your business by 5% or 10% or 15%. I mean, we seriously have so many. There's a bunch of videos that I actually didn't have time to fit into this presentation, into this webinar, because it would end up being 2 hours long, right? I have so many case studies though of, you know, videos of realtors who have, you know, it's doubled their business or it's tripled their business, right? So, I mean, so many case studies. What it comes down to is, if you want results you've never had before, you'll have to do things you've never done before. So as I offer you this free book, when you sign up for that book, you know, on the page where you're basically telling me where to mail your book, just let me know if you want more information about Platform. There's just a box you can check on that form that says, you know, yes, please send me more information about Platform. So if you're interested in that, when you sign up for the book, just check that box that says, hey, I'm interested in hearing more about Platform. And I'll send you more details about the Platform system. You know, all these case studies I've shown you in this webinar, all these videos you've seen are of realtors that are, you know, working with Platform, and they hired us to manage all their marketing for them. So if you want more information about how that works, you know, how we've, you know, like the specifics of how we've doubled and tripled their businesses, just check that box when you sign up for a copy of the book. And you can get the book at highhangingfruitbook.com. So again, you just sign up at www.highhangingfruitbook.com. That's where you can get a free autographed copy of my book. I will even personally send that to you. I personally autograph it. I package every book. And then when you sign up for that book at highhangingfruitbook.com, just check the box that says, hey, I'm interested in learning more about Platform. And I'll send you some more info and see if you might be interested in working with Platform. So I want to show you another case study video here of a client who's using this high hanging fruit strategy, because as I said, you know, these videos speak for themselves. You know, obviously, like, you can listen to me rant for an hour about how much I love this high hanging fruit technique. But I think the most powerful way for you to really experience the impact that it can make on your business is hearing another realtor, you know, put it in their own words of the impact it's made in their business. So check out this quick case study about high hanging fruit.
My name is Zach Sullivan. I'm a mortgage lender here in Colorado. I'm not a real estate agent. I've been working with Platform for a little over a year now. It's really taken off. You know, I started out with just me being a loan officer, didn't have a team, and now I'm to the point where I actually have a full-time processor and a full-time loan officer assistant in Colorado also. About 6 months in, I started getting so many leads that I literally had to tell Tim and Andrew to put it on pause because I couldn't handle everything. So once I got a little bit more support and kind of got my team dialed in, you know, I pretty much have it set up to where all I'm doing is working leads all day long and getting them pre-approved. I also decided to take it a step further and moved into another market of Las Vegas, where I've recently opened up a branch out there as well. The leads have been crazy good out in Las Vegas. I'm looking to hire and grow that team probably to a couple loan officers, as well as, you know, a full production staff also. Currently, only from the Platform system, I'm probably looking at closing a minimum of 4 deals a month, sometimes up to 7 to 8 deals a month. You know, a lot of those are going to be strictly from the Platform or referred from another client that was in Platform.
So that's crazy, and I want you to hear that again. Zach is doing over 4 deals a month specifically from Platform. Okay, so Platform isn't adding, you know, 1 deal every couple months, you know, to his income. He's getting multiple deals every single month specifically from the Platform lead gen system.
of 4 deals a month, sometimes up to 7 to 8 deals a month. You know, a lot of those are going to be strictly from the platform or referred from another client that was in platform. But I would say I haven't seen a month of less than 4 deals. So when I first started out in mortgage lending, my first full year, I did 49 total deals, which for the first year, you know, was pretty crazy busy. But since then, in 2015 alone, I actually doubled that. So it was actually 110 deals total. And then in 2016 already, through the middle of June, I'm actually looking at about 75 deals closed already. So my growth has been, you know, huge. And a lot of that is also opening up a second market, but really having those leads to be able to work, and that database just continues to get larger and larger. You know, I really want that number up somewhere around 200 to 225 deals a year. Keep in mind, I'm a mortgage lender, so I'm not on the same, you know, commission splits as a realtor. You know, they pretty much get 3 times what we get per deal, and platform still makes sense. I mean, I still want to use it each month in order to generate leads, because I'm not looking for just 1 deal a month. You know, with platform being able to close 5 to 10 deals a month, it easily pays for all the marketing expenses.
Cool. So again, his name is Zach Sullivan, and let me move over here. So I had a couple people that I just saw have emailed me saying, hey, like, how do I get the book? The link is highhangingfruitbook.com. So again, to sign up for the book, just go to www.highhangingfruitbook.com. And then when you sign up for it, if you're interested in platform, just on the bottom of that form where you're filling out your address, so I know where to mail the book, right? Just check, hey, I'm interested in learning more about platform. So what has worked really, really well for Zach, and keep in mind he's a lender, is he's created some programs and marketed those homebuyer programs in his market. So he's created specific ads that he worked with us to create, for example, to target the healthcare community. Because there's a lot of people that don't know you can target specific demographics and careers on Facebook. So what we've done for him that's worked really, really well is we've specifically targeted doctors, nurses, and surgical techs and nurse practitioners, things like that, in his market, because typically people that work in the healthcare industry are great seller leads, they're great buyer leads, you know, because they have steady, consistent, strong income. So we've created, you know, home buyer programs for them that give them some extra incentives, you know, if they work in the healthcare industry, and that has worked really, really well for him to attract those leads. So that's what's worked really, really well for Zach, is creating like a specific program for a specific like demographic, right? You could do the same thing with teachers. You could do the same thing with firefighters. We have some clients that basically just target government employees with an ad, and those work super, super, super well. We have a client who targets like military home buyers. You know, if there's, you know, you don't even have to be in a market with a military base, right? So you don't have to be in Norfolk, Virginia, where there's a military base. So you don't have to be in San Diego, where there's the big Navy base and there's the Marines there. You know, you don't have to be in Fort Bragg or, you know, Fort Benning or something like that. Like, you can target people that are veterans or active duty military or National Guard, you know, with high hanging fruit style Facebook ads. So we have lots of clients that have targeted that demographic really, really well, really effectively. So typically we're getting those leads for $2 or $3 a piece with the platform system, you know? So I mean, like, literally, if you spend $100 on an ad using this platform system, you could get over 30 leads. And that's how Zach, in that last video, that's how Zach has been able to scale his business so quickly, because that marketing math is pretty good. I want to show you one more video here from Brandon, and he's doing over 40 transactions this year specifically from platform. So he's averaging, you know, 3 to 4 deals every single month specifically from platform leads.
So when I was first introduced to the whole online,
and I should say too, keep watching until the end of this video, because he'll show you the whiteboard he has in his office, and you can see all the future business and how big his pipeline is. He has it all on a whiteboard in his office. He'll show you. That's what this is all about, guys. High hanging fruit and platform is all about building that pipeline of future business, because you'll always have referrals to rely on. You'll always get, people in your sphere that refer you business, and you'll always get sign calls and people, that stop by your open houses and whatnot. Platform is all about building a massive pipeline, so you'll always have the peace of mind of knowing that you'll have leads coming in next month, the month after that, the month after that. And that's really how you scale a business. So keep watching until the end of this video, and Brandon will actually show you the whiteboard in his office of like how big his pipeline really is, thanks to Platform.
The platform system, I was skeptical. Now, a year later, we're closing 40 deals in 2016. This is all due to the online marketing platform. For example, we have our buyers meet us in this building, which gives us instant credibility. So when you meet somebody on the internet, you never know if they're real or not. So when you come to a building like this, people come in here, they want to work with you, they realize you're real.
See, what's cool here is Brandon actually works, their office is in the same kind of like tech warehousey building as Uber is. So they're surrounded by all these like super cool tech companies, and then they can say that, hey, our office is in the same building as Uber. So Brandon always tries to get people to come and meet him at the office, because the office gives him a lot of credibility, just because it's in a really great up and coming kind of cool trendy part of Denver where he is.
And then you sign them up as a client. Come with me to the office. For example, we are closing 11 deals in June alone, totaling over $4.5 million. That is an incredible number, and about half of that came directly from the platform system. Now over here is the stuff you can't fake. This is our pipeline. This is ready buyers who've been pre-approved. They want to go searching, they want to go shopping, and they want to buy a home. 50% of these guys are all coming from our platform system, and it's proven that the high-hanging fruit mentality, the system, the platform leads, it really does work, and it's real.
Awesome. So, I mean, I feel like that just tells the best story possible. I mean, look at that whiteboard, all those leads he's currently working with. Those are people in the pipeline that are already like pre-approved, or they're out house hunting. I mean, they're ready to go. And as Brandon said, over half of their business is coming from platform leads. So it's really helped them scale. What Brandon didn't mention in this video is that this is his first year as a residential real estate agent. So in his first full year as a residential realtor, he's going to do over 40 transactions specifically from the platform system. So, I mean, it's just an incredible case study. And as you've seen, that's not like the first case study. You've already seen, I think, 3 or 4. So the results that people are getting are just incredible. So again, to get the book, you can sign up at highhangingfruitbook.com. That's where you can get a free copy of High Hanging Fruit. Go to highhangingfruitbook.com. I wanted to show you one more video here, just to give you an idea of how the platform system works for different clients in different markets. So this next video I'm going to show you is actually a realtor in Texas who went from doing about, I think, 100,000 to over 200,000 now because of platform. So she started already having, she was already making about 100,000 a year, and it's helped her double her business. And here's the thing, she's only been with platform for, I think, like 4 months now. So she's only been with platform for 4 months, and she's already on pace to double her business.
Hello, my name is Danny Steese, and I'm a realtor in Texas. I just wanted to film this short video for y'all and tell you about my experience with platform. I'm actually in my car right now because I'm dropping off a sign at my newest listing. There it is. It's really cute. Anyways, so last year, before I was using platform, I did about a little over 100,000 in GCI. This year I've been on platform about 3 or 4 months now, and because of that, I'm on pace to do over 200,000. So that being said, I definitely would recommend checking it out. It's really, really helped my business, and I would recommend for any realtor to look into it for your business. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome. So again, that's Danny, and she's in Texas. So platforms helped her double her business. So Again, if you want a copy of the book, it's right there. Just go to www.highhangingfruitbook.com. If you're interested in learning more about the platform system, on the page where you order the book, there's just a box you can check that says, yes, I'm interested in learning more. Just got a text message right now from my assistant here that says, we've already had over 30 people in this training today sign up and that are interested in platform. So that's cool. So we've had almost 32 people have signed up that are interested in platform. So cool. Just so you guys know too, platform, we only work with one client per market. So unlike other companies, like Zillow, where you get a lead, but 5 other agents got that same lead, right? Platform only works with one client per market. And I don't mean zip code, because there are some companies out there that, they might work with a realtor and they have one client or one account per zip code. We don't do it by zip code, because I've never met a realtor who only works one zip code. That just seems kind of like silly to me. So we only work with one client per market. Okay, so that video you saw of Brandon when he showed you that whiteboard, Brandon is in Denver. Okay, so we won't work with any clients in the Denver area, not just his particular zip code, but like the greater Denver area. So like Denver plus 15 miles around the city, right? So I apologize if you're watching this right now and you're in Denver, like, I'm sorry, but we can't work with you because we already work with Brandon and we won't accept any other clients in the Denver market. With Danny, you just saw her video. Danny's in the Austin, Texas area. So because we're already working with her, we won't work with any clients in, a 10, 15 mile radius of Austin, Texas. We don't just do it by zip code. We truly actually only work with one client per market, because I want to specialize in working with you and blow you up. So that's what platform's all about, is we partner with only one agent per market, just one agent per market. So you'll have no competition. And will really, really help you scale. And that's honestly why our clients are getting such crazy results, is that we can focus all of our time and attention on working with them and customizing the platform strategy to their specific market. So it's not a cookie cutter approach. It's not like we're working with you and 5 other people in your town. If you sign up, for example, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the reason I say Tulsa is, like, I don't think we have a client there, but if you're watching this and you're in Tulsa, we would only work with you in the Tulsa area. Like, we wouldn't work with any other clients in your area. I don't mean that as like a cheesy, BS scarcity tactic. Like, we seriously only do work with one client per market. So if you're watching this, if you're even sort of interested in platform, definitely sign up for the book. It's a highhangingfruitbook.com. And when you sign up for the book, let me know that you're interested. Because we do only work with one client per market. And because of that, obviously, again, I'm not trying to use this as like a bullshit scarcity tactic or whatever. It's not like a high pressure sales. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, if you ask us about working, with you in your market and we already have a client there, like, we can't work with you because we already have a client there. I've already had to turn down multiple people in like Denver and multiple people in Baltimore, where Paul is, because we get realtors that want to work with us all the time, and we have to tell them, unfortunately, no, we already have a client in your market. So platform only works with one agent per market. I want to show you this video of Jose one last time if you're still skeptical, because keep in mind, Jose grew from 25 deals a year to doing over 100 deals a year, specifically thanks to platform.
Hey guys, if you're still skeptical about high-hanging fruit, let's just break down the numbers real quick. In 2013, I did 25 deals. I then implemented high-hanging fruit platform, so that in 2014, I went from 25 to 50 deals. In 2015, I went from 50 deals to 70 deals, baby. And now in 2016, I'm making over 100 transactions, so that you know. And now that I have my team in place in 2016, just imagine what I'm going to do in 2017. Make it a phenomenal day.
Awesome. So, Jose has grown his business from 25 transactions a year to over 100 transactions a year, thanks to platform. Jose just told me actually that he's had such a successful year this year, and last year, that he's actually building a house in Costa Rica. So Jose this year is going to do over $700,000 in GCI. So he's earning over $700,000 this year. And prior to working with Platform, he had never made more than like $130,000 in 1 year. So Platform has actually over quadrupled his business, and it's all because of this high hanging fruit strategy. So if you're still skeptical, like, the results speak for themselves. I mean, look at all these videos I just showed you. Clients that have doubled their business, tripled their business, or even quadrupled their business. So if you want to get results like Jose, I'd be happy to send you more information about the specifics of how Platform works. Just go to www.highhangingfruitbook.com, and I'll mail you a copy of my book. And then I can also do some follow-up with you if you're interested in Platform. Platform is a service where we manage all of your high-hanging fruit marketing for you. So we set up all the Facebook ads. We set up all of the ads for retargeting that I talked about. We handle doing all the video editing of your market update videos and the emails that are sent out. We set up all the squeeze pages, all the follow-up emails, all the follow-up campaigns. I mean, we become your marketing department with Platform. It's like having a full-blown marketing department at your disposal. And that's why we only work with one client per market, is because if we're going to build this platform system for you, it'd be kind of stupid if we were doing it for two other realtors in the same market as you, right? Because it'd be a conflict of interest. You would have competition. So being it's that intense of a partnership, where we're setting up everything for you, like, we truly become your marketing department. That's how we've doubled and tripled all these people's businesses. It's a very close one-on-one partnership. We only work with one real estate agent per market. So as Zach said, in his video, he's in the Las Vegas area. So we won't work with any clients in the Las Vegas area because we're already working with Zach. So again, I apologize if you're in Las Vegas and you're watching this video. Like, I'm sorry, but we can't work with you because we already have a client there. I mean, again, it's not some like scarcity tactic I'm using. Like, we seriously only work with one client per market. But that's why, because it takes that type of partnership mentality, I guess, of quality over quantity to really, really scale someone's business. Most of our clients of Platform, we're actually spending an hour on the phone with them every single week, just making sure that we're all on the same page, making sure that the ads are optimized, making sure that the marketing campaigns are dialed in and that the leads that are coming in are really, really good, because we actually do all the follow-up for our clients. So that's something that we just started doing actually in the last couple months, is we're doing all the follow-up for our clients. So with Platform, not only are you getting a service where we set up all the ads for you, we set up all the retargeting, we set up the market update videos, we set up all the Facebook ads and everything. So we handle all the lead generation for you. We're also doing all the follow-up for you. So I've hired a team that does all the follow-up, and we're not outsourcing it to like Malaysia or the Philippines or something. I've actually hired an awesome team right here in the US that has college degrees. They have 4-year business degrees, and they're doing the follow-up for you. So you have really smart, high integrity people doing all of your follow-up for you. And when a lead is ready to sit down for an appointment, with you, whether it's a phone call or meeting you at your office in person, then we just send you the warm leads. So we're doing everything for you. That's how these realtors have doubled, tripled, or quadrupled their business, is because they're not spending all day just following up with leads. We're handling all of that for them. And what's cool is that the fee of Platform, I know I've actually already had some people that emailed me asking, hey, how much does Platform cost? The fee for Platform is actually what it would cost to just have a $9 an hour employee. So Platform is not, like $3,000 a month or $5,000 a month or anything crazy like that. It's not even $2,000 a month. The price of Platform is what it would actually cost you just to have like a $9 an hour employee working with you. So, I mean, that's how powerful the platform system, that's how powerful the platform system is you can double or triple or, even quadruple your business if you're committed to this high-hanging fruit philosophy, if you really get that, you have to build relationships with people. You have to build relationships with people. So again, to get a copy of the book or to sign up for more information about Platform, just check out highhangingfruitbook.com. And when you sign up for that free book, I will send you more information about Platform if you're interested in that. So guys, thanks so much. I know we're a little bit over time here. I tried to go as quickly as I could. But obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to email me as well. My personal email is timchermak@gmail.com. That's timchermak@gmail.com, timchermak@gmail.com. Or I'll actually just give you my personal cell phone number. I'm actually holding my iPhone in my hand right now. My personal cell is 320-905-5672. Again, like my personal cell phone number. It's not like the Platform company number, but my actual personal iPhone is 320-905-5672. So if you want to call me, text me, whatever, my cell phone is 320-905-5672. So again, one last time, if you want to get a copy of the book High Hanging Fruit, totally free, I'll mail it to you. I'll mail you an autographed copy. Check out highhangingfruitbook.com. And hopefully, if you're interested in Platform, after seeing all these case studies, all these videos of some of our clients, if you're interested in Platform, I'd be happy to send you additional information on how the Platform lead generation system works. So thanks so much. I know if you're a realtor, you're really busy. I respect your time. You've already invested a lot of time if you're still watching this video. So thank you so much. I've already given you my email, my cell phone. Hopefully we'll be in touch very soon, but I'm gonna call it a wrap for today. Thank you so much for investing your time. And I can't wait to send you an autographed copy of my book, High Hanging Fruit, and hopefully talk to you about the Platform system. So highhangingfruitbook.com is where you can get it. Thanks, guys.